Cathie Monroe has just responded to Lucid CEO's claims that Tesla's 4680 battery cells are not a breakthrough. And he doesn't agree. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. You are watching the Electric Viking. Fantastic to have you here today. Welcome to all the new subscribers. There's been about 12,000 of you come on to the channel over the last week or so. Wonderful to have you here. Now make sure you check out the 650 plus videos we've created over the last 6 months. There's a lot of information there that you're not going to find anywhere else on any other channels. And it's all facts. It's not fanboyism, it's facts. So thank you to all the Patreons on the channel. I think there's over 80 of you now. Really fantastic. Makes a huge difference to the channel to have you here. Also to members of the channel, if you become a member of the channel, you get to see our videos 24 to 48 hours in advance. I'll put a link in the description below to how you can either become a Patreon or a member. So Cathie Monroe has responded to Lucid CEO's opinion or criticisms about Tesla's 4680 battery cells. Now the first thing I want to say here is that there's been numerous comments to his response in different places, forums online. And I think 99% of the people who are commenting are completely missing the point of 4680 battery cells and completely missing why they are actually revolutionary, why they are a big deal. Because most people who comment don't actually understand what it takes to run a business and how simply making 10% more profit than your competitors can mean the difference between life and death. Now at the recent auto show in Los Angeles, E4 Electric's Alex Guberman had an opportunity to talk about electric vehicle efficiency with Cathie Monroe, and he asked him about Lucid. Now Lucid has recently achieved what people are claiming is amazing efficiency. I'll get to that in a minute. Is it really amazing? No. Range of their vehicle, the flagship model is 520 miles or 837 kilometers on the EPA test. Now Cathie Monroe said he considers the Lucid team as one of the best and highly appreciates their achievements. So before you go off blabbing and saying Cathie Monroe just loves Tesla, hang on a minute. Hold your horses. I've seen these comments, people saying this. It's not true. Cathie Monroe, in the interview, acknowledged, he said he considers the Lucid team as one of the best and highly appreciates their achievements. So let's just remember that when we discuss what he said next. Now, first of all, let's have a look at these claims by the industry, by different publications, saying that Lucid has achieved some sort of amazing efficiency. Is it actually true? No, it's actually not true. Yes, the efficiency is good. Is it amazing? Is it some sort of insane benchmark? It isn't, no. If you actually want to compare it to, say, Chinese cars right now that have similar range and cost 1/4 of the price, it's actually not really that great when you think of the fact that it actually costs $168,000 US for their top range model. Now, Lucid put in 20% more batteries in a slightly smaller cross-sectional area that yields 24% more range and 20% faster charging power. So sure, there's a sort of a 4% improvement in efficiency in comparison to some of their competitors, but really that's not a revolutionary difference. It's a good difference, but it's not a revolutionary difference. The reality is Lucid Air just simply has a lot of batteries packed into it, which obviously gives it that bigger range. It's the same thing as what Chinese car companies are doing. It's really not all that revolutionary. That said, don't get me wrong, Lucid does make some very nice cars. I would love to own one. Now, when Alex Guberman specifically asked about Lucid CEO Peter Rawlinson's opinion about the Tesla 4680 type cylindrical cell format, Cathie Monroe parted ways with Peter Rawlinson and said he definitely disagreed with him. Now this is what Peter Rawlinson said at the time, and I made a video about his comments that were really kind of, I think, unnecessarily critical of Tesla. He said people are looking at 4680 as this huge breakthrough, and that is a fantasy. Now Cathie Monroe tried to respond without getting worked up and swearing, which he sometimes does, as he clearly did not agree with Peter Rawlinson's opinion. He said, "That's crap." According to Monroe, the 4680 type cylindrical cells significantly reduce the weight compared to smaller cells bigger container instead of several smaller ones is an advantage, as well as they will allow the batteries to improve power output. He appears to be very confident in the substantial improvement that will be achieved with those new cells. Sandy Munro says that the opinion was maybe more of a media approach to raise some controversy, and I agree with him. There just wasn't any other logical reason for Rawlinson to criticize Tesla's battery technology when, truthfully, I don't think he knows a whole lot about it. I think Rawlinson is missing the point. The point is not to have some sort of battery technology that is magically better than everything else, as in 50% better than everything. That's not the point. The point is to make a battery that is efficient, cost-effective, and can be mass manufactured at an affordable price. That is something Lucid will discover is far more important than actually having some sort of revolutionary new battery technology. That will happen, of course, once Lucid come across the same challenges and problems and issues that Tesla have done so with mass manufacturing electric vehicles. Once you're making a boutique product, it's very different. If you're making a boutique supercar, everything is entirely different. Once you try to mass manufacture a product, the game completely changes. And I think Rawlinson just doesn't have experience in that area. As I understand, Munro and Associates intends to buy a Lucid Air for a teardown and seek for some smart solutions that they can pick up in the car. They'll have a look at all the details and try and see if there's anything specific that Lucid have done that they could potentially sell in a detailed report to other car companies to show them what Lucid's up to. So you can add that to the list for Sandy Munro and Associates. Obviously, they're going to be testing and breaking down the Tesla Model S Plaid, the Rivian R1T, the Ford F-150 electric vehicle, and probably numerous other electric vehicles. And that's what I love about their channel. Even if you disagree with Sandy Munro's opinions, which I think, normally if you're a fan of a certain brand or if you don't like a certain brand, then you're more likely to disagree with him, because I think he tries to be fairly objective and actually show you the product side by side with another product and show this is the exact difference, this is why this is better than this. Hard to argue with those kinds of facts. So what about the fact that the Lucid Air uses 800 volt? Well, when it comes to 800 volt battery systems, Sandy Munro said that the higher voltage obviously does improve efficiency of the drive units, but the manufacturer has to find suppliers for that. Porsche, Hyundai Motor Group, and Lucid are using roughly 2 times higher voltage than Tesla to lower the current at the same power level. And GM's Ultium is also running on an 800 volt system, although that system, there's no cars yet that we have. But I'm sure we'll have some soon from General Motors to test and have a look at. Now, the 800 volt system was also recently introduced in vehicles from Chinese manufacturers, including Geely's Zeekr and BYD and GAC Aeon. So clearly the direction of the future is 800 volt. So Munro has asked, will Tesla go to 800 volt? Good question. Munro suggested that Tesla might remain at 400 volt for now while switching to the new 4680 battery cells. Now, of course, that's just speculation. No one actually knows if Tesla plans on going to 800 or sticking around at 400. Now, another question that I have is, will 4680 battery cells use lithium iron phosphate? Will they use NCM chemistries or NCA chemistries? We don't really know 100% yet. I think they could use both. They could use the current battery chemistry they're using in 2170 cylindrical cells, and they could also use lithium iron phosphate chemistry as well. To me, that would be the ideal solution. Use the lithium iron phosphate cells in the cheaper cars and the more expensive chemistries in the more expensive cars, for example, like the Tesla Model S Plaid. Now, the reality for all of this is we don't really know exactly how 4680 battery cells will perform until we see them in vehicles. But I think it's safe to say, considering Tesla's expertise with batteries, their experience over the last decade, and their ability to quickly pivot to using lithium iron phosphate batteries when many other legacy automakers have not been able to do that, would suggest that they definitely know what they're doing, and 4680 battery cells will actually offer some distinct advantages, ones that Peter Rawlinson probably conveniently is choosing to ignore. Thanks for watching the channel. Look forward to seeing you again on the next one. Bye-bye.